If I go to a dinner party and I say, Ashwini's amazing, guess what she does? She does interior design. Everybody's going to go, and then because there are 10,000 others doing the exact same thing. Welcome to Jigsaw Hotseat, where we coach founders live, so it's not just them learning, it's you too. What we'll do next is we'll start deep diving into a few of the challenges you talked about with this context.
Okay.
I know we need to talk about pricing, but you had a few other challenges you had. So can you just tell me the top 3 headlines and we'll try and get into them?
Marketing
Okay.
is one.
And when you say marketing, you mean eventually acquiring the client,
Clients,
right?
yes.
Okay. So let's call this client acquisition. So that's one channel. Okay. Yep.
Collaboration.
Collaboration is decisions on whether to partner
Yes.
or not? Okay. So I'm going to just put this as partnership decisions. Okay. And what's the third area?
I think profit.
Profit? Okay.
We've spoken about it. But
So let's talk about profit and pricing, because I guess those go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ashwini, do you mind if I put you on the spot for a moment?
Okay.
Okay. I want to introduce you at a dinner party to a bunch of my friends who might be your audience. Okay. How would you like me to introduce you at the dinner party?
I mean, introduce me as who I am, and then maybe say I'm an interior designer.
Okay, yeah. So typically what people do is in these scenarios,
Right.
You focus on what you do,
Okay.
right? So what you do is you focus on interior design, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, when it comes to the world of client acquisition, this answer doesn't cut it. Can you guess why? Okay. It doesn't cut it because there are 10,000 others doing the exact same thing. So if I go to a dinner party and I say, Ashwini's amazing, guess what she does? She does interior design. Everybody's going to go, and then, right? Because there are a lot of people doing it.
Right.
Now, you know what is unique about yourself, your style, what you come with, 17 years of experience, all of this good stuff.
Right.
But it's got to also be magical for the audience, right? And so we need to figure out, firstly, how we are going to communicate who we are. And for that, we need to figure out what we actually want to communicate in the first place.
Okay.
The starting point for this, where all the problems begin for most people and most founders, is that we think about client acquisition like this. We think of it as, if we go really wide, at least some of them will become our clients, right? So we say we'll go really wide,
Okay.
we'll target everyone. If we target everyone, some of them will fall into our thing. Yay, we got clients at the end of this. More often than not, there's hardly anybody getting through.
Right.
And they're not getting through because they don't know that you are there just for them. Because you're saying, I'm here for everybody. So though it feels counterintuitive, to get more clients, the more effective way to do it is to reverse the diamond and to make your targeting really, really specific and say, I only want to work and help these people.
Okay.
Because what that does is it instigates something called in-out marketing. Have you heard about the concept?
No.
Okay, so in-out marketing is when you say that I am just for you and nobody else, I feel like I'm part of the in-group.
Okay.
So let's say Apple says that we are here just for the designers and the creatives. Now, when they say that,
Right.
you as a creative feel part of the in-group, so you feel a sense of belonging with that brand and with that product.
Right.
And you go, hey, Apple is just for me. They literally said they're just for creatives.
Right.
Okay. If they said we are a laptop for everyone when we started, nobody would aspire to the brand.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second part of it is out marketing. I am not a creative. I love to be surrounded by creatives, but I'm by no means creative. When Apple says we are here for creatives, I feel out of the group.
Right.
And though founders are afraid to make people feel out, making me feel out of the group is really powerful because it generates the second most powerful force on the planet, which is FOMO.
Right.
Right? So I feel FOMO and I start to peek and go, what's so special about people inside? And I want to be part of the in-group, even if I'm on the outside.
Right.
And that is good. It is powerful to have an in-group advocating for you and saying, Ashwini is just for me.
Yes.
And an out-group that's saying, screw Ashwini, she's not for me.
Okay.
But a lot of founders are afraid of the screw Ashwini, she's not for me. So they sort of stay away from that type.
Right.
So one, I want us to get very specific, because if we get specific within this, way more arrows actually go through to become clients. Okay. So sad face, happy face. Here you've got more happy faces. Yay. Okay. Even though you're making more people feel like they're part of the outgroup.
Right.
So all of this begins with us answering a core question, which is, who are you here to serve? And that has to be very clear. And I want to give you a non-example. So as a business coach, it's very easy for me to say, I am here to serve entrepreneurs. That's a bad example of targeting, because there are millions of entrepreneurs. The next level, let's say, is I say that I am here to work with entrepreneurs in India. Okay, a little bit more focused.
Okay.
But again, millions of entrepreneurs in India. Then if I say I am here for entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs in India, maybe there's a group of people who don't identify themselves as young.
Okay.
Maybe young people think they're entrepreneurs, or young entrepreneurs who've just been entrepreneurs for a couple of years think about it that way. But I can go even further and I can say creative young entrepreneurs, because they're in creative spaces.
Right.
So I can keep going further and further into this.
Yes.
So I don't want you to end up saying that you work with entrepreneurs. You need to find what your creative young entrepreneurs in, like 4 or 5 levels in. So who do you want to serve?
High net worth clients.
Okay, great. So your starting point is HNIs, right? Or high net worth clients, sorry. Okay. Now let's imagine this is a level 1 answer. I want us to get all of the way to at least level 3. We ideally want to get to like level 5, but at least level 3. So now give me one more. So this is your entrepreneurs.
Yes.
What is your Indian entrepreneurs?
Could I sort of mention the age group?
Sure.
Age group between 30s to 50s.
Okay, 30 to 50s. Just a question I'm curious about. For folks in their 30s to 50s in this group, are they typically coming to you to design their first home that they own? Or is it second, or is that not a pattern? It could be first, second, etc.
It could be first, second,
okay.
Or renovation.
So then we don't have to go into that.
Yeah.
Okay, now you mentioned renovation.
Renovation, yes.
Okay. Now, interior designers find it crazy when I say this, but
Okay.
I think it's very powerful to actually say, do you do new homes? Do you do refurbishments,
Right.
renovations? Do you specialize in summer houses outside of the city? I think that is a level of specificity that clients are aching for, but nobody has the guts or courage to say that.
Right.
So, are you better placed to
yes.
serve one than the other?
Renovations, I do well.
Amazing. So now we've got
this,
renovations.
This is something I sort of realized just 2 days back when somebody I was wanting to collaborate with. So she was questioning, asking, do you do renovations?
Sure.
I said most of my projects are renovations.
Amazing.
And when she went back and looked at both the images, she was like, I don't think this looks like the same place.
Right.
I said it is, like, and then that made me realize, I'm like, okay, I'm very good at renovations. And she was asking, what are the processes that you follow? But I don't follow any specific process. It's very organic because it's a project where there are lots of surprises that come up.
Sure.
But that was one thing which made me realize that renovations is something which is my
Great.
strength.
Now, this is really, really valuable because
Yeah.
this separates you from at least 50%. So now at the dinner party, if
Right.
I say Ashwini is an interior designer who works with, to be unkind, middle-aged HNI clients who are looking to renovate their house. Now, 25 people at that dinner party,
Right.
20 of them might go, doesn't matter for me.
Right.
But the 5 who it matters for might come up and have a conversation with you. And that's much better than just telling 25 people, I'm here for all your interior design needs.
Right.
Right? So this is really powerful.
sustainable too. With the
Great, sustainable, amazing.
word which will sort of catch attention.
Yeah. So we've got to level 4. Is there a magical other thing that we can add to get to level 5? Or do we have to find it later?
We'll have to find it.
Okay, great. But stay on this journey to find this out.
Right.
And now that we have this clarity on who we are here to
Right.
serve, okay, which is absolutely critical. Now we can move to the next piece of client acquisition, which is now that you know who,
Right.
you have to identify what I call AAA for them. Okay? AAA is you need to identify for this specific target audience what are their aspirations.
Okay.
What are their anxieties
Mm-hmm.
and what are their annoyances. So aspirations are things they of course aspire to, the goals that they have, what they're excited about, their hopes, their
Right.
dreams, things like that, right? And you don't just want to keep this at you want nice house,
Exactly.
right? It's got to be really what the aspiration
Yeah.
is. The second piece on anxieties again has to be a really deep insight, which is genuinely what makes them get that annoying feeling that boils up when you're feeling
Mm-hmm.
anxious. What is the type of thing that gives them a sleepless night related to the home?
Okay.
And then the third is annoyances. Annoyances are extremely powerful. Annoyances, you should focus on industry complaints. So what is all HNI clients 30 to 50 is doing renovation? What are they most annoyed about with interior designers?
Okay.
Because they are of something. So instead of not talking about it, you can actually make your entire marketing engine based on this.
Okay.
So can you just give me a guess to begin with on what is an aspiration of theirs? We'll just use 3 examples so that I can give you an idea.
Aspirations should be having a comfortable home,
Okay, so comfortable home. So
Which
I'm
is-
going
customized to their needs.
okay, comfortable and customized. Okay. Now I'm going to push you again. To me, this feels like the level 1 answer for aspirations. And that's okay because you have to start here to get to
Yeah.
the next level. But again, anybody can say this.
Right.
Now, you might not be competing with 10,000 people because you've got this specificity.
You know, when I'm sort of sending out the posts for marketing and stuff, I say creating moments with space. So like, you know, which like each space you create where you have the experience of like, for example, we had an empty long passage and I've created a cozy little seating in that passage. So it sort of gives you a pause as you walk through the passage. So you sit with a cup of tea and so
Sure.
so that's my idea of creating moments with space.
Got it. So now I like the intention of moments with space.
Okay.
I think that story you just shared is really deep. I would go deeper into that because moments with space is currently the marketing jargon of this.
Okay.
I am not looking for marketing jargon. I'm looking for when your client comes to you,
Right.
what words do they use to say these are my goals? They are not saying I want a moment with space.
Right.
What exactly are they saying? So for example, if I was looking to market coaching to you, I would talk about are you having a sleepless night thinking about the business side of your business side of the studio?
Yes.
Right? Because the anxiety that you've mentioned in our conversation so far, you've multiple times said the business side, the
Yes.
business. So then why would I try and make a fancy sentence out of it? I'll just stick to you say business side, so you'll get business side.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So I want you to not worry about does it sound amazing?
Right.
This is not about getting the tagline. This is about getting the insight.
Okay.
So like this, you need to go and find what are the annoyances, anxieties, and aspirations.
Got it.
That will give you the direction you need for all of your assets. So these 3 things can apply to your website,
Mm-hmm.
the emails that you send out, your IG content calendar, the stuff that you put out on LinkedIn,
Okay.
the stuff that you say at networking events.
Okay.
All of this is based on these are the people I'm looking to serve. This is what they are feeling.
Okay.
And then what you want to do is you want to have the one sentence that sort of brings this all together,
Mm-hmm.
which is super simple. I help X achieve Y despite Z. So I help my audience
Mm-hmm.
achieve their aspiration despite the fact that they have this anxiety. Okay? So here you're going with the audience.
Mm-hmm.
This is the aspiration. this is the anxiety. And then when people go, oh, that's interesting, your next thing immediately is to differentiate yourself from other people in your space. And that's where you would say, unlike X, which is unlike interior designers, Y. Unlike X, who have these things that you're frustrated about, I do this other thing on this annoyance. So these two sentences will come because of all of this. Okay?
Got it.
Now, all of this together, the goal of this stuff is just to get you curiosity, which typically comes in the form of an inquiry. So this is nothing to do with the sales process. This is everything it takes to make sure that somebody goes, hey Ashwini, I want to know a little bit more.
Okay.